What's up, everybody? Mike here, and in today's video, I wanted to discuss the recent problems that have been occurring in Ranked in Marvel Rivals. But before I do, just wanted to thank you all for watching today's video, and wanted to give a special shout out to all my subs. You are all truly awesome, and I hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Now, if you haven't heard the recent problems in Ranked in Rivals, let me just fill you in really quickly. Pretty much in the Season 2 update, they implemented a new point system into Ranked based on performance, and at a glance, this didn't sound like a bad change. They pretty much said if you do good in a ranked match, that it would be reflected on how many points you either gain or lose. Which, like I said, at a glance, doesn't seem like a huge thing, you know, just they wanted people not to tilt as much over other people, or in ranked in general, because they didn't want people to go crazy over losing their points or what have you. But after a few weeks of this patch being out, there has been a huge problem coming with this change, is that it only seems to reward you based on your damage output and how many final hits you have, which means that support roles like healers and tanks are getting shafted by this system, or this point system, which, let me tell you, someone that is trying to main out and Warlock, it is hard out in these streets. Why you gotta do this to me, man? Like, why? It's ultimately discouraged me from like trying ranked again, because like, damn, I gotta break my back to heal, and now I'm not gonna get any points for doing what my role is supposed to be doing, which is healing the whole entire team. This is why I partially put blame on the devs for this one, because in the dev sit down talk where they discussed all the new updates that would be coming in Season 2, they only talked about the changes at a surface level, meaning like maybe if they actually dove into the extent of this point system and how it would work in ranked, or showed an example of how this point system actually changed from the current one, from the previous one, then maybe some of the pro players and people who mainline comp would have warned them that this was a bad idea. But fear not, because there's actually hope at the end of this tunnel, because there was a Discord message that went out today from one of the devs at Rivals discussing on how they plan adjusting their performance rating system to make it more balanced for all heroes, which we'll have to see what they actually do in this patch to make the so-called adjustments. And honestly, if this doesn't work out, this will be really bad for the life and longevity of Rivals, because let's face it, competitive is the only real mode and the only real reason anyone really plays these hero shooter games, because it's just addicting to climb the ranks and to see how high you can climb up. At least that's how I feel personally. You might disagree, but I think the majority of the player base really loves competitive and really loves climbing ranks. So that's why, honestly, I personally got into Rivals. This was my first hero shooter. I'm not going to bore you with the semantics of how I got into it, but I do notice that this was the first video game in quite some time that I actually found myself actively trying to get better at. You know, like trying to learn the maps, who to target first, and what matchups work best for what heroes you're playing as. So, you know, I just tried to put all this time into getting better at the game, which was something I rarely do nowadays. Not saying that I'm the best gamer ever, but it's that this was the first game in a while that I actually strive to be like, hey, let me try to get better at this. Let me try to start being a problem in this game. And all I'm trying to say is that if ranked mode is not a good time, then a lot of people are going to drop it, because there's no real reason to get better at the game. Because if the ranked sucks, then what's the point of getting better? You know? You can't. Quick match is fun, but you know, you can only do so many quick matches before they get boring. Which is why players always hover and insta-click DPS type characters, especially in ranked, because as of right now, that seems like the best class for this current point system. I don't know when they're gonna update this point system. I really hope it's soon, like next week, because this change is really detrimental to the game. And like I said, I really love this game, so I would love it for them to actually make a good change, good mid-season adjustment for this game. Other than that, that is pretty much it for me today. I just wanted to make a quick video discussing all of these problems that have been occurring in Rivals. Because, like I said, I pretty much am liking this game. I am loving it so far. So I really wanted to see it be a game that's been going to be around for a long time. I do like to see the longevity of it, but like I said, I just hope that the adjustments that they make to the point system would be good ones, because this game is really, really fun. Like I said, that is it for me today, though. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.